But I feel like all this stuff is it's tied in within our culture because we're so used to saying negative things. Because I even look back to just our community, like hip hop music and all this stuff. I love music.
They destroyed us.
Yeah, I mean, it's so demoralizing.
Yeah.
It's rooted in demoralizing who you are.
Not the origins of hip hop.
Do you like? I know this is gonna sound weird.
Moneybagg Yo?
What?
Nah, no, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Do I like who?
and understand this question. Like, and I know that you like music. I like music.
Love music.
But do you like music now?
Not the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very, very select. You know, the funny thing is, I just literally started downloading Beethoven and Mozart and Chaplin.
That's what you're learning, isn't it?
Yeah, but also because, like, I need to pick up my reading, and because I'm supposed to read 36 books, and I'm at like 22, and I'm just
By
like,
the end of the
You are
year?
running out of time. And are we counting audiobooks?
yeah.
That's a cheat code.
Yeah, and so I was listening to Ben Shapiro talk, and he was like, he reads 3 to 5 books a week.
Wow.
That's Ben Shapiro's problem. He has
the time?
He has too much knowledge.
And I was just like,
And he has a photographic memory.
Yeah, he's too smart. The problem with Ben Shapiro is he's too intelligent. He comes off too intelligent. Like, he can't be wrong.
It's almost unrelatable.
He's really gone off his own supply. Like, no, seriously, I think Ben Shapiro, when he says something, I know I'm right because I read this book and they have the peer review evidence and he talks real fast and he sounds so, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude,
I like Ben
like,
too. But you gotta.
I like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, I do.
I like Ben Shapiro, but when you, because Mel, when you very first really was like, I was like, oh, this dude was, I think it was you.
It might have been me. You like Ben? You like Ben Shapiro?
I literally just said I was listening. Yeah, I rock with Ben.
No, I'm talking about when you very first kind of like started learning about him and how you were talking about him. And I'm just listening. I'm just listening at how you're talking about him. No, you know what? It was on the LR. There's another channel, the LR Family or something like that. And he was like, yo, Ben Shapiro, man, that's a really smart guy. And so you just want to listen to what he has to say. He's so well read and he's so articulate. And you know, he plays the game of memory so well. But his perspective on things is vastly skewed because of where he comes. I mean, he's not relatable.
Yeah.
He's not relatable. And that doesn't take anything away from what he's done, what he's accomplished. He's not relatable. And also a lot of the things that he holds very valuable, I'm like, bro, this is entertainment. How do you not see that this entire political arena is entertainment? As smart as you are, you can't see that. Like, you can't see that at all. So it's just like, okay, do you not see it? Do you just play into it? You got your platform. I just have a lot of questions.
Well, that's why you have that's the thing, right? You have this difference between mind, body, and spirit. Like, they're all different. And he has, if I dare say, low spiritual intelligence. Like, I'm not saying that he's not like spiritual. Like, I'm sure he's strong in his faith, but being able to, at least from what we see,
right,
being able to sense and feel and pick up those type of things in a different place. He's very smart, like very intellectual, very
he can memorize things very well.
Right, which
he talks fast as hell.
He talks very fast.
I'd be like, okay, all right.
But yeah, if he took his edge off, he could be powerful. He could do anything.
Well, here's the thing though. Because this is the same person who's like, yo, get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might not have said, I think he said in the context of mandatory vaccinations, he wasn't for it, but he was in some. I don't want to speak.
He's with people having a choice to do what they want with their body. He's not going to say you have to get the vaccine.
But did he think that the vaccine was a good thing? Did he think wearing masks was a good thing?
I don't know if it's a good thing, but he leaves it up to the individual. But from what I've seen, to me he's on that. It doesn't make sense. Like, why are we doing this? Because I feel like
they all Daily Wire were against
they have
it.
the same kind of rhetoric that we have when it comes to like wearing masks and you're right next to someone, or if you like a fart can make it through jeans or something like that, but a piece of cloth is supposed to protect you from a viral virus or something, so
It's highly contagious.
it's highly contagious. So I would say that he is on that same that same wavelength when it comes to just being smart about the decisions that you make, but he's also not about forcing people. He's pro-life, and
I can see that.
He's pro-life, and he's with people making decisions that's best for them instead of you have to do this.
So he wasn't vehemently against getting the vaccine, but he also wasn't, like mandatory vaccine.
Sounds like he rode the fence.
He's kind of right. I mean, I don't know, Mel. I'm going off. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that he was forcing people or saying that he was promoting the forcing of people to get vaccines or telling people you should get the vaccine. Just do what you think is best for you.
I can see that. I don't see that. I don't feel like that's a bad stance, especially during
it's
that
a safe
time.
stance.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's not the right stance.
That's not what I said. I don't.
Okay, why is it not the right stance?
Because
for you to do what's best for you?
I don't think
It's not the right stance.
The right stance would be to tell people, the vaccinations aren't good for you.
Okay.
You could get it if you want. I'm not going to stop you from getting it, right? But they're not good for you.
Yeah.
I
know Candace Owens. She's definitely
Candace
on that.
Owens
She's
was,
like,
yes.
Matt was against it also.
I'm just curious about Ben. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I feel like I've heard two different pieces of it.
I honestly don't know off the top of my head. I think that like if he did straddle the fence at that time when it was happening, I can see how prominent figures would say, I don't actually know. So I'm just going to I'm gonna straddle the fence, give you choice.
But this goes back to what I was trying to get at is like he's okay. He can memorize stuff that he read, but you don't.
How do you not see through this?
You don't see that this vaccine is that like
sometimes
it's not
you
good
get
for
too
people?
deep, man. You get in that political sphere and you get too you just can't you can't see.
Right. So I think he's good to listen to on certain things, and then on other things he just doesn't know.
but a lot of those things, like when I'm able to like when you say he's good on a lot of things, like I can separate like the information that goes against my personal beliefs,
Right.
And not to say like granted he's a very smart individual, but I don't look at his intelligence as something that I should automatically follow. I can dissect
Right.
everything that he's saying and see what's beneficial to my growth versus what my natural beliefs are.
But that's
What my natural beliefs is.
You're a very
the hood
special
coming
person.
out.
The hood.
This is what my beliefs is.
That you're a very special type of person, though. Most people aren't like that. When I mean, even me, like when I speak, people be like, "This, he just knows what he's talking about."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Chris says it, it's probably right. Like, everybody doesn't know how to create that separation, and Ben Shapiro is an absolute master at creating that kind of mindset where it's like Ben Shapiro is very well studied because like. And part of this is also when you look at his problem with Kanye. Now, of course, Ben Shapiro's Jewish,
yeah.
right? So he takes things very, very extreme when it comes to that. But it's like, but you're smart, right? And you know what these words mean. And you're saying, forget that. I don't care. He's an anti-Semite and da 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 and blah 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 blah.
I would be curious to know if Ben Shapiro knows about the history of Jewish people.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's almost like
as far as like it's rooted back in Africa. Like
you mean beyond the teachings that they
yes,
live.
beyond that, because I feel like if he's so ingrained in that that's his religion, in that community of people, he would know where Kanye West where Ye is coming from when he's speaking about Semitic people.
Well, I mean. Yes and no. I mean, that's just like saying, like, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking to myself, like, let me put myself in his shoes. Like, if you were talking about Christians, which I don't consider myself a Christian anymore, I'm not religious. But if you look at, their history, I mean, do you know your history? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not you, but just in general,
most people don't.
They don't.
And the thing is, history nowadays is being changed.
Yeah, like literally, they rewrite definitions. They literally change history now. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I mean, what were they taught? What were you taught as a child? And if you weren't taught, you may have been taught that you are the Jewish people. They're gonna say there were black people, there were black Jews in Africa. They weren't. So what are you gonna believe?
Right. You're
right?
gonna believe what you were taught.
So it's hard to say that maybe they were taught. Just that's not. You know what I mean? Push out of your mind.
And
That's not true. It's fake.
This is why Louis Farrakhan, what he said is so important. You need to watch it because he said, he's talking to this Jewish man. He's in his penthouse, and it comes to a point. He's like, "You have your truth, and we have ours." You know what I'm saying? And Louis Farrakhan says, "It's not about your truth or our truth. It's about the truth." And
Farrakhan be talking, man. Farrakhan, when he talk, man, I just be like, yo, man, I just want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I think I was listening to Ben on Lex Fridman.
Oh, yeah. I just finished that. I enjoyed that.
Wow. I didn't get through the whole thing, but, there was a question or a statement made along the lines of, there's certain, maybe there are more Jewish people in these positions because people tend to have an affinity for this or that, right? I didn't hear him say this, but I'm saying like, black people are more athletic than white people, so they're at the top of sports, right? And he didn't say that, but this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this, right? I'm just being honest. Like he didn't say it, but I'm hearing this, and it's like so black people they're not smart enough to be in this. I got it. They're not smart enough to be in these positions. They're not intelligent enough. That's why all the Jewish people run the movies and they're at the top of all the accountants and because they're smart, right?
Them damn undertones, man.
Even you said something along the lines of Jewish people, they're not laborers, right?
Well, I was quoting a documentary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No. I'm just saying. Saying like. So there's a narrative that, Jewish people are smart. Okay, does that then mean that black people aren't? If Jewish people are smart, what
is everyone else?
What percentage of people aren't smart? Like if Jewish people are 90% smart, does that mean that there's 10% of people that like the rest of the 10% are not smart? Like why isn't there a representation in this hierarchy of other cultures of people? Asian people are really smart too, but you don't
power, man.
But you don't see them in power here the way you see the Jewish people.
We're gonna give the niggas the sports, and they'll stay right there. We'll give them the music, we'll give them the sports, and they'll be happy. This. I think when it comes to physically, imposing things, sports and wrestling and fighting and whatever labor. Okay, I get it. I get it. I mean, but Mexicans are some of the hardest working people you'll meet. They're not the most physically imposing people. So it's like what you're saying, it doesn't make sense. Like there should be a representation of black, Asian, Mexican, Indian. Talk about intelligent people in these higher ranks. Like why are all the owners, I mean, I'm not gonna say all the owners, but why are so many prominent owners Jewish? Like, why are when we went through our list of all these people who own these things, these industries that control our train of thought and the visuals, why are they all Jewish? Is no one else capable of getting there? So it's not, you can't just say, well, we had somebody that was trying to work this out back in the 40s.
In the 40s? You talking about?
The old boy.
I'm gonna have to.
Steve,
I'm gonna have to. Because last time I put that up, they.
Yeah, you can cut that off.
I'm gonna definitely cut that out.
Cut that off right there.
Because last time they.
I tried to not say it, but
and what does that tell you? Because only a hit dog bark. That doesn't trigger me.
Yeah,
it doesn't trigger me. Who does it trigger?
Yeah.
And why did
they're the ones that's controlling
Why
it.
did our stuff get canceled? And who controls it?
Yeah, I can't believe that. We're small too.
We're super small. And that means it's built into the algorithm.
Yeah. It's in the algorithm. You literally did they remove it? Or did it get no views?
No, our channel just lost viewership.
Yeah, it says it was basically like what's that?
Shadow ban.
Yeah, shadow ban. Yeah, it was basically like that for like a month.
Salty.
All right, we learned our lesson, huh? We learned our lesson, right?
Yeah.
We won't say that name
right,
again.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mention that guy's name again.
Nah.
It'd be